Utopians, just wanted to recap on this New York Knicks Toronto Raptors Blockbuster trade. One of the most fascinating dynamics about this trade is this is the first time people have really got to see President of Operation Leon Rose's interpretation of what this roster is about. As you all know, Leon Rose does not really speak to media, so the plan has been relatively unclear. Him moving off of R.J. Barrett, who's a Canadian native, and also sending emerging star Emmanuel Quickley, who's in a contract year, off to Toronto in return for OG Anunoby, a two-way threat, along with who I think is the big key for the Knicks, Precious Anunoby. He's a 6'8", 225 hybrid who can play anything between the 3 and the 5, capable of shooting the 3, great defender, physical, high-energy motor kind of player. Think of a more versatile Taj Gibson. So for the Knicks, I think this is a great opportunity for them to reset the roster. It was time to shake things up. They couldn't bear going into another new year with the same limitations. Obviously, RJ's offense doesn't offset his lack of defensive capabilities, and Emmanuel Quickley is just a guy who I think is from the previous regime, from Scott Perry's regime. They're bringing in DiVincenzo. They're bringing in Josh Hart. I expect Deuce McBride to be gone next because they went and acquired Malachi Flynn. And for the Raptors, for them, it was just time to continue with the theme of beginning to rebuild. They already let go Fred VanVleet. Dennis Schroeder is up there in years. He's been around for a while, though he still looks relatively young. He's a veteran statesman, and Scotty Barnes needs some players to grow with. Not to mention, from a marketability standpoint, RJ's from Canada, as I alluded to earlier, so it gives the Raptors some hometown cooking, which I thought Wiggins would have been the guy, but seeing RJ, not to say that it's tabled that they would make a trade with the, to acquire with the Warriors, but all in all, I think it's a healthy trade for both sides. It was time to shake things up and get some new life in the locker room. Leon Rose continues to put his imprint on this team. I still expect them to be active, but anything's to be said. Toronto's definitely with Pascal Siakam. We'll see what's to be determined. But all in all, both sides made a fair deal. Masai Ujiri, at least on face value, didn't take advantage of anyone, though I think Emmanuel Quickley will have a Terrence Maxey-like emergence. He's shown glimpses and signs, but obviously being in the Knicks doghouse with Coach Thibodeau, I think it was a negotiation tactic. All right, Utopians, all the best.